about it, but you know what? It's a story. And like all good stories, it needs to be heard and seen and felt. So we have it ready for you. So if the lighting crew is ready with that, we're ready to tell you the story. It's in the Valley of Astonishing.
I wonder what's on the news today.
Welcome back to Armageddon on Channel 7. We're live coverage of the end of the world. Approximately 55% of the population has died so far.
Experts have predicted that approximately 99% will be dead by the end of the epidemic.
As long as you're unaffected and watching us, you'll be fine.
The disease has not just been infecting humans, but animals and household objects too. We suggest that you get rid of or burn anything belonging to someone who's died of the disease.
Just not your TV. You still want to be able to watch us, right?
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time, if you survive that long.
That's a shame. People have been going missing. I wonder if it's getting closer.
Welcome back to Armageddon on Channel 7. We're live coverage of the end of the world. The disease is spreading fast, so be prepared.
Don't leave your house or get near anyone who seems to be sick.
Your friends will surely be dropping like flies.
He's on. You okay? Viewers, is this okay? He's just, sleeping. Yeah, sleeping. Get him off the table. Well, anyways, thanks for watching it. Goodbye.
This is getting worse than I thought. There are barely any people left in town. I wonder what I should do.
Welcome back to Armageddon on Channel 7. Your live coverage of the end of the world. Run! Almost no one is left alive, and the ones who are fleeing to the middle of the country, away from the cities.
We highly recommend that you run far away. You need to get away from civilization.
Sorry this has been so short, but we gotta run too.
Goodbye, and we hope you manage to survive.
This is terrible. I have to get away.
Floodlights. No more porch lights with moths fluttering on summer nights.
No more trains running on the surface of cities on the dazzling power of the electric third rail.
No more cities.
No more films.
No more screens shining in the half-light as people raise their phones above the crowd to take pictures of concert stages.
No more pharmacies. No more certainty of surviving a scratch on one's hand, a cut on a finger, a dog bite.
No more flight. No more towns glimpsed from the sky through airplane windows, points of glimmering light. No more looking down from 30,000 feet and imagining the lives lit up by those lights at that moment.
No more airplanes. No more requests to put your tray table in its upright and locked position.
No more countries, all borders gone, unmanned. No more fire departments. No more police.
No more road maintenance or garbage pickup.
No more internet.
No more social media. No more scrolling through litanies of dreams and nervous hopes, and photographs of lunches, cries for help, and expressions of contentment and relationship status updates with heart icons, whole or broken. Plans to meet up later, pleas, complaints, desires. Pictures of babies dressed as bears or peppers for Halloween.
No more reading and commenting on the lives of others, and in so doing, feeling slightly less alone in the room.
No more avatars.
Goodbye to all that.
We said goodbye to all that long ago.
But still I mourn it. Every night before I sleep, I count what we have lost. The rest of you are too young and don't really remember anything at all.
But we do remember the world, our collective past, like we remember dreams.
I dreamt last night, saw an airplane.
I haven't thought of an airplane in so long.
Because you're so young, you don't remember anything.
I do remember things. Of course I do. I was 3.
During the first few years after the catastrophe, I used to watch for them. Airplanes. Every night and day I gazed upwards. I used to wonder about the other countries on the other side of the ocean, wondered if any of them had somehow been spared of disease. If I ever saw an airplane that meant somewhere a plane still took off. Even to this day, I keep looking at the sky.
Was it a good dream?
What?
The dream you had about the airplane.
In the dream, I was so happy the plane had finally arrived. There was still civilization somewhere. I fell to my knees and started weeping and laughing, and then I woke up.
Look, a meteor. Gone. Is that what airplanes would have looked like at night? Just streaks of light across the sky? I don't remember what an airplane looked like in flight, but I do remember being in one. The memory is sharper than others.
It means it had to be very close to the end.
I remember flying at night with my mother. She drank a glass of something with ice cubes that clinked. I remember the drink, but not my mother's face. Out of the windows, I saw clusters and pinpoints of light in the darkness, scattered constellations linked by rows, the beauty of it, the loneliness, the thought of all those people living out their lives, each porch light marking another house, another family. And here we are, now. No towns, no lights.
And you, Miranda, you're not sleeping, are you? After 15 years, you still dream of the world.
No, it's not the dreams this night that keep me up. No, it's the play. The Shakespeare would have tried performing in this next village for the very first time.
When I hear it's not much of a village.
A settlement then.
A settlement, yes, but what is the play? Why the concern?
It's the lines. And vice versa, you and me, I find it hard to remember.
That's because you never read it. You never read it as a book. You were too young to remember books. And you never saw it performed as I had. I read it in high school and directed it later when I was in the theater. When I was young and my memory was good. I studied the play and know it well.
There are no others left that remember that. A play, a high school. You do. You remember these things.
And so all you have is what I tell you. Those are your memories. So, yes, let's rehearse, although not for long. Feeling old today and very tired from a long day's walking. Where from? Where should we begin?
The beginning. I'd like to start there. After the shipwreck, which you, as Prospero, my father, caused through.
My magic. Yes, my magic is all I can bring with me to our island we now call home. In the world of this play, Shakespeare's Tempest. We were watching the ship. I used my magic to prepare terrible storm.
Plague upon this howling!
Plague upon this howling!
Watch the top man!
Watch the top man!
Let's all meet with the king! Let's all meet with the king! The ship is heaving to us, and if you sing where they can!
The ship is heaving to us, and if you spin where they can.
We shriek and scream! The ring falls down like a madman's hair! The ring falls down like a madman's hair! It's over!
And I at last speak. Be collected. No more amazement. Tell your heart there's no harm done. Shh, my daughter, no harm.
And then we speak of how we've come to this island, far from the world of men and women. Do we show that? I think we should, like a flashback.
And I say, canst thou remember a time before you came onto this cell? I do not think thou canst, for thou wert out 3 years old.
And I respond, certainly, sir, I can. And you don't believe me, and say?
By what? By any house or person of anything that's image tell me hath kept thy remembrance. And what you say then?
I can't remember.
'Tis far off.
Yes, 'tis far off, and rather like a dream that my remembrance warrants. Had I not others attended me?
You had it more, my Miranda, but how is this that lives in thy mind? What sees thou else in the dark, backward abyss of time? Enough practice for now, Miranda. I need my rest if you're to make that settlement within the next few days. Our scouts have set up camp by now, and it is custom they are setting up a festival for our arrival.
Tis far off, and rather like a dream that my remembrance warrants. I do wish I could remember the world like you do. No one else does. And soon, you will be gone, and our caravan will have no one left who remembers the world as it was.
I'm well aware of the unfortunate circumstances so characteristic in our times, in which I'm trying to give some sort of form to these memos of mine.
But they are not memoirs like I remember from the world. They're written down in the nations of South.
For I cannot write. I have nothing in this place we now call home of anything I can write with.
No paper, no computers, no ink, no quill pens even.
Perhaps in the future, people here will once again turn towards these tools of memory. But for now, all we have is survival.
We return to those ancient times before Homer, when all was spoken and all was memory.
So I talk to the woods, talk to the air, talk to all the young people in the hope that they will remember. I talk as if in the middle of a war. I talk, and with nothing to jog my memory.
I have no copies of my books, my notes, no letters from friends.
There is nowhere I can go for information.
We all live apart from each other now, just as we did thousands of years ago, before the invention of ships and cars and railways and airplanes.
Before the few survivors walked away from the disease-ridden cities and towns into the vast middle of this country, away from the world, to this isle so full of noises.
There are so few of us, mostly children, very few of us old ones. 99% of the Earth's population infected and dead.
I have nothing left in my past, then, but what I carry in my head. From this moment on, everything is either lost or beyond my reach. So, I ask my memories to speak and choose for me before it sinks into the dark.
The old one babbles again. He doesn't seem long to this place. No more stories and memories of the world then. We'll be better off. And we can reinvent ourselves and be as if we were born here.
That's easy for you to say. You were born here, the first to be. That is why we cast you as Caliban, for like him, you feel we have taken this from you. And so, you're angry. Caliban, thy poisonous one, come forth.
This island is mine by my mother, which thou takest from me. A wicked deed upon you both. A southwest blow on you and blister you all over. Yes, and all of you have taught me language. My profit of it is, I know how to curse. The red plague rid you for learning me your language. I still say we'd be better off without all these memories of the past world.
Wait, no! We won't be better. We have to remember.
Miranda, the rest of us, and you too, are too young to remember. You meant to care of that. It's a miracle the old one even made it with us. The disease and all that came from it took out the old first, and then the not so old, and then almost all of the young too. And then it infected everything. Every book, paper, every child's toy. Everything. So so nothing could come with us. All was burned, destroyed, so as not to infect the survivors. Fire is the only thing that can kill off the disease.
Yes, and that is why everything that we know is from memory. We, our troop of performers, our caravan, are the ones that share it, because we have the old one. And so we remember, and we bring these memories from settlement to settlement, always traveling. We need to do that, remember? Remember what we've lost. It's all we have.
You're just like him. You are just like the old one. Young as you are just like him. I must obey. His art is of such power. Come on, let's keep on going.
We have scouts ahead and behind, watching for danger on the road.
It's not a bad test. If you can remember your lines in questionable territory, you do fine on stage.
Why not just do the pieces we know? The memory plays we've worked on since our arrival. The funny stories of the world, the other old ones told before they died of the disease. They make people laugh. Why are we taking on this Shakespeare? This Tempest? It's probably hard enough to do with scripts, written down words, but to do something like that from memory? The old one is crazy.
He says it's the play that most describes what we have experienced, our exile from the old world.
But it was written over 400 years ago. That's like over 400 years before the event. Even if we were still in that world, it wouldn't have done anything to help us. It has nothing to do with us.
Oh, but it does. People want what's best of the world, and that is what we should bring them, while we can still remember. Survival is insufficient.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe they're doubling our ships around the box. Again!
Yeah, well, you know how important it is. And who are you?
We are but a traveling caravan. We are here to entertain.
Strangers, what brings you to our settlement? Is there unrest where you're from? A return of disease?
No unrest, no disease. We've come to entertain. We're a traveling troupe. Musicians, actors, dancers, bringing stories and memories of the world to all the scattered survivors. We've never traveled to this region before.
We are far away from the others. Only an occasional trader comes here. How have you heard of us?
Our leader, one of the old ones, knew us from the first days in this new world.
You have an old one, and he still lives?
Yes,
So why do you come now?
I'm not sure. Our old one just said it was time.
That is all we know.
And the others, the rest of your traveling troupe, as you call them?
They're 2 or 3 days behind. We're scouts, sent ahead to make some preparations.
Are we not welcome?
No, we're not.
No. Where are your manners? We cannot turn them away after they have come this far. Go set up your tents and things over there. But we are a small group and have only enough of what we need to survive. We can feed you for a few days, and then you must leave.
Bring your people here after a group ride. We'll bring the best of the world.
We survived without the world. Only brought misery.
But survival is insufficient.
Survival is insufficient. What is that?
Our old one remembers it from an entertainment back in the world. It's become our motto.
Here, we are not nostalgic about the past.
You may not be nostalgic, but my guess is you have feelings about it.
Yes, strong ones.
Go set up your tents. The hour of darkness will soon be here. We can't say no. They'll get suspicious. But having them here can give us a way to destroy them. We just have to be patient, Sebastian.
Antonio, they said our old one. There are so few that survived the exile. Those that did quickly died out. Ours died years ago. I wonder what that one remembers.
Don't you get nostalgic on us. The past owes us little. That is why we are the guardians of the box. Others might be inclined to open it. We simply have to keep it unopened, as was told to us by our old ones.
That is why we have to be careful with these ones. If they have an old one, they probably hear stories of the world before the event all the time. He might even have heard stories of the box.
Well, what do we do? Turn them away?
No, the rest of them will arrive and we don't know what they are capable of. Turning their scouts away will only arouse their interest. I think we must simply accept their coming and be entertained.
Well, there's no harm in being entertained, is there?
I certainly hope not, but let's keep our guard up, just in case.
Two of them are forever practicing their parts.
Miranda, the lines will be easier if you understand the story of the play. We were drifting in our ship as me, your father Prospero, you my darling crying daughter. We were cast away by my treacherous brother Antonio. I was the mighty Duke of Milan, and he wanted my power. We drifted on the seas until at last we came to this uncanny isle. An isle, as Caliban, a creature who lived and ruled the island here before us said,
Be not feared. The isle is full of noises, sounds, and sweet airs that give delight and hurt not. Sometimes 1,000 tiny instruments will hum about mine ears, and sometimes voices that when I wake after long sleep, make me sleep again. And then in dreaming, it's clouds, self open, and show riches ready to drop upon me. That when I wake, I cry and dream again.
We came with nothing?
that is what my brother Antonio thought, but I had a friend in the court, Gonzalo was his name. He did smuggle us my clothes, my cloak, my staff, and a few books of magic.
How do you say that in the play?
First, ask in character, and I will answer in kind.
How came we ashore?
By province divine, some food we had and some fresh water. Did a noble Gonzalo did give us rich garments, linen, stuffs, and necessities. Knowing I love my books, he did furnish me with volumes of my own library that I prized above all.
How?
You don't think I remember all of that, do you?
Here's the part of the exile. And here's the part where Ariel creates a terrible storm. And here's the part where Stefano and Trinculo and Caliban get drunk and vow to kill Prospero. And here's the part where Miranda and Ferdinand fall in love. And here's the part.
What's that?
Oh, nothing, just something found. This book holds so much. Where did you get it? You couldn't have brought it with you all those years ago when we left the world.
There is a trader, peddler on the road. He travels the same roads as we do, carrying miscellany between towns. But if one knows how to ask and has something of value in trade, he has some things from the world.
Aren't they infected with the disease?
Only infected with the disease of truth and story. But think not of this, my Miranda. Think of this as someday I will be gone, and you must take on the work of the caravan. Many wish to forget the past and merely survive, but that is not enough.
Survival is insufficient.
Ah, my fellow road travelers. We meet again. Where are you heading with your magical stories and music?
Pepper, it has been a while. We're headed to the remote settlement to the forest to the north.
Why there?
The rumor is they haven't had visitors for a long time. We're trying new plays and need new audience for it.
And our old one said it's time for us to go there.
A new play, is it? Has it a name?
An old one from the world, but new here to the troupe and all that still live.
I know it not. You must mistake me for another.
Well done then. What happened in that wheelbarrow of yours?
I have food, grown in the foothills, and lamp, found in a rubbish heap, and some cheese.
Where did you get that?
Haha, you don't want to know.
You said a lamp. What is that?
A light. I remember one from the world when I was a child, with a pink shade on a side table. It was a nightlight, shaped like a puffy half moon.
Your memory is good, young one.
Yes, Miranda still dreams of the world and remembers, even though she was so young then. The rest of us don't dream at all anymore, or remember the old world, just this one.
It seems there's nothing in there for us this time.
That was supposed to be in the other wheelbarrow.
Miranda.
Stay here a bit. See if there's anything that spirits care that we need. We'll be resting around the bend. There's water there and shade in this terrible heat.
My master through his art perceives the danger that you, his friend, are in, and sent me forth to keep the others living.
I know that line. It's from the play, The Shakespeare, yes? Ariel speaks it, yes. The spirit of the island that hopes.
Thy strong bidding task Ariel, with all his qualities.
You're the one that gave him the book, aren't you? You're his Gonzalo.
What would my potent master? Here I am.
And his Ariel too, I see. Well, spirit, have you anything in there for me?
Mostly junk, but there is something that might call to you. But before you find it, I need something from you.
What could that be? I have nothing of value.
It is not a thing. No one has things of value anymore. It is a word or two that I request. To be sure you are worthy of what I am to give you, just as I was sure your old one would be worthy of what I have given him.
A word? What word?
Not so much a word, but a string of words, put together into a story. Your old one has told me of you, that you have listened to all his stories since your arrival on this enchanted isle.
We all have listened, and we bring them to life for all the settlements. That is what we do. That is why we are.
But he tells me you listen deeper than the rest. So, tell me a story.
Well, which would you like?
I want a story that has a box in it.
A box.
A special box. A box like no other. A box so valuable, legend says, it was given to humans by the gods themselves.
I know of no story like that. I'm sorry. But I would like to. Do you? Could you tell me such a story?
That is how I know you are worthy of what's in there.
Why? I didn't know the story.
But you are curious. And without curiosity, there is no need for any stories. No one on this world is curious anymore. They just wish to survive. That is why I know what is in there is made for you and you alone. For as you know so well, survival is insufficient. Miranda, have you wondered why our world shattered before our eyes and was ripped away from us? Why were we, the survivors, cast away from our homes to this place, away from all we knew, all we loved, and all we hated, away from all that was? Odin, the great god of the ancient Norse people, had two ravens that perched on his shoulders. One was pink, and his eyes mirrored the clouds. The other was white, glistened in the sun. Odin called the pink one Hugin,
which means thought,
and the other he named
Munin.
which means memory.
And these ravens match Odin's curiosity for everything in the 9 worlds. By day, they flew around, watched, and listened whatever they could. And in the evening, they returned to Odin, to tell him all that they had seen and heard in the long hours of the day. They told him about the slow thoughts of the mountains, the colorful and ever-changing memories of the people, and the sound of the song in the heart of everything that lives. But Odin was not satisfied.
That was much, but not yet enough. We will fly again tomorrow. Rest.
And in the morning, the ravens took off, and they had once again seen all that the sun could show, and read the people's bright thoughts, and heard their waking memories.
We cannot return yet. It is not enough. We must go farther.
And so they flew on into the night. And Hugin flew to the minds of men, and heard the thoughts they dare not think during the daytime. And Munin flew to the dark dreams of mankind, into the shady corners and cellars where they hid all the things they did not like, and locked them away, saying, I do not remember. They returned to Odin just before morning. The night was at its darkest, and he knew all that they had seen.
It is much, and it is enough. You may rest.
This dress is made from the feathers of one of those ravens. It has memory woven into it, and a story that you need to know. A story that will unlock the secrets of this new world we find ourselves in, by reminding us of just how much we have lost. It is a story about a box.
Where is the other dress? The one with thought?
Put it on, and remember, before everyone else forgets.
Long, long, long ago, when the human form was a new thing on Earth, people were very different from they are now. Prometheus, one of the children of great mother universe Gaia, formed humans out of river clay and breathed sweet life into them. And the gods and goddesses that now rule Olympus in the world could not resist.
Aren't the little goblins cute? And they look kind of like us, don't they? And I bet they'll do anything we say. Watch. Go that way. No, go that way. No, go that way. Come back.
It's a little boring just watching them run around like that. Here, let me try. Jump! Ah!
Sometimes the god would save them, and sometimes they would not.
Whoopsie!
Despite the games of the gods, the humans were happy, for the Olympians provided them with music to dance to and the most delicious food imaginable to eat. Sweet nectar and ambrosia filled the tables for all to enjoy. And so it was until...
Brother Prometheus, how can you sit by and watch as the Olympians play with the creatures you made by your own hand out of the clay from the river?
Let it be, brother, for the Olympians are powerful, but we are only spared because we did not fight against them in the war with our brothers and fathers, the Titans. But I do see a way to get back at the Olympians a little. A gift to my humans, to make the humans a little more equal to those gods.
What gift would that be?
Best if you don't know, brother. Not at all. Excuse me. I was on a walk.
What? You stole our fire and gave it to those creatures. Are you crazy?
Oh, but did you that the fire was so onion borrowed, yes borrowed. See how they honored you? That is sort of the finest from their herd. Choose a portion that pleases your highness, and the humans from this day forward will always give you that portion before taking theirs.
Very nice gesture. This smells nice. A bit greasy though, slightly overdone. Wow, what a nice ribbon. I think I'll take this one. Thank you so much. Oh, open this for me. Prometheus and those humans tricked me! These are only bones! And I'm bound for eternity! Accept this as my sacrifice! This will not stand! This aggression will not stand, dude! By day, Prometheus, you will lie under the heat of the sun, but by night,
Oh no, Greek food again? Oh well. See you tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the day after that, and the day after that.
Whatever happened to that dude that gave us the fire?
Don't ask.
This fire is cool. Well, not cool. Actually, it's a bit hot, but you know, one thing we can do with it.
That's not good enough. But look what old Fawn has discovered.
Wow, that cheese has opened fire? Hey, Fawn, what are you doing?
Me, Fawn, do?
Hey, dude, those humans are Prometheus. That's yeah? Look how they thrive on the crust of the earth with your fire.
has the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one who cares about the rules? Fire is meant for gods. They too must be punished. They are about to enter a world of pain.
can do better.
Artemis gives you the gift of courage, but I can do better. Apollo gives you the gift of love of music, but we can do much, much more.
There, now she has charm and spirit to delight.
Then I give her the greatest gift of all, curiosity. Herman! The box!
Not the box!
Now, Pandora, gifted one. You can do anything you want with this box. Except for one thing. You can never open it.
But why'd you give me the key then?
Because that's what we do. Real stinkers, ain't we? Oh, and good luck with that curiosity thing.
So Pandora
Your scouts have set up your tents over there. Your story was interesting, but you must retire. Your journey here was long. Rest and entertain us later, when it is dark.
Wait, what happened to the box?
Gonzalo, we must let our guests rest. But that's the best part. Yes, you were right. We'll tell it after we rested it.
And what a lovely dress. Where did you get it?
We are weary from our travels. Let us reunite with our scouts, and we will return to you this evening as you requested, with the remainder of the tale and a few others we've prepared. Come, Miranda. Whose turn for the watch?
Nothing much here. Just trees and owls.
Hair on the back of my neck standing up. You think we're alone out here?
I haven't heard anything.
The claustrophobia of this forest is too much for me, especially at night. Just black shadow and white moonlight, and beyond that, an entire continent. Wilderness, uninterrupted from ocean to ocean, with so few people left between the shores. That sound again. These are the times when I want to stop. You ever think about stopping?
You mean not traveling anymore?
You ever think about it? There's gotta be a steady life like this.
Sure, but in what other life would I get to perform Shakespeare?
Sorry to startle you. I just couldn't help coming by.
You're from the village, aren't you? I remember you when we arrived.
Yes, I heard the story of the box. I have to know what comes next.
It's new to us. We've never heard it before either.
But you brought it to life before my eyes.
That's Miranda. She has that magic.
There's something familiar about her. I'm not sure what it is.
She's almost like an old one, the way she remembers things. I think she learned it from Prospero.
The old one with you? That's Prospero?
Yes, you'll meet him tomorrow when we perform The Tempest.
The Shakespeare. I've heard as a story from my own father. He was our old one.
He died?
So I've been told.
Was he sick? With the disease?
No, it wasn't disease. Sometimes I think, no, I can't speak of it. I've tried to forget, but now it's just the story of the box, the one your Miranda told. It has brought up some memories to me. I have to speak of her. Is she? Can you bring her to me?
Prospero.
You are Ferdinand, are you not?
Yes.
Come with me, we'll talk.
Well, I guess we'll just go back to watching the forest.
Do you believe in the theory of parallel universes?
That's crazy science fiction stuff.
No, straight up physics. I heard about it when we went to that other settlement a few years back, where we performed the other Shakespeare, A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yeah?
Yeah, parallel universes. I like to believe it's possible. An infinite number of parallel universes, lined up in all directions, like two mirrors reflecting each other, growing greener and cloudier with each repetition until they vanish toward infinity.
Then there'd have to be a universe where this disease didn't happen, and civilization wasn't wiped out.
Exactly.
You were drawn to the story into our caravan, I see.
The story she told was like music to me. Where should this music be? In the air or the earth? This music crept by me upon the waters, allaying both their fury and my passion with the sweet air. Thence I have followed it, or it hath drawn me rather.
You know the tempest well, I see.
My father told it to me every night until
He was an old one, yes?
Like you.
You don't believe he died, do you?
They tell me he did, but no, I don't think so.
He did not. I know him. He still loves up there on the roads.
And that is why you're here, because of what he told you.
Yes. And what he has given her, and the knowledge he has given you. You will be our Ferdinand for the Tempest. Play the scene now. The fringe turn of that eye advance, and say what thou seest beyond.
What is it? A spirit? It carries a brave form.
A goodly person, he hath lost his fellows and strays about to find him.
He is a thing divine.
Most sure. The goddess on whom these airs depend.
They are both in either's power, but this swift business I must uneasy make, lest too light winning make the prize light. Enough practice for now, Miranda. This one will be our Ferdinand for the Tempest. He knows it well. Good night, sir.
We could practice our lines.
Which ones? When we first meet? Or...
When we declare our love for each other. When you visit me in the place your father sent me, to test our love, having me do the work of Caliban so I might seem a Caliban in your eyes.
Instead, I saw how the work made you seem even more noble, more handsome in my eyes than ever before. But I couldn't bear to watch you suffer so, carrying logs in the hot sun. I offered to do the work for you. My father is hard at study. Pray now, rest yourself. If you'll sit down, I'll bear your logs the while.
No, precious creature. I had rather crack my sinews, break my neck. What is your name?
Miranda.
Admired Miranda. I abide many a lady with best regard, but you, oh you, so perfect and so careless, are created of every creature's best.
I would not wish any companion in the world but you, nor can imagination form a shape beside yourself to like us.
Hear my soul speak. My heart's fly to your service.
Do you love me?
A fair account of the two most rare affections.
Heavens rain grace upon that which breeds between them.
What happens next, dear spirit, will set you free. Set all of us here free.
Where did you get that dress, Miranda? It seems not like any of this world.
A trader, a peddler on the road. He has some things from the world.
I know the dress.
This? How?
I have seen another like it.
Where? Has the peddler been here too?
Maybe. But it's from when I was small that I remember seeing it. Before my father.
Your father was an old one, yes? He died when you were young?
I'm not sure. That's what they tell me, but I remember the dress or one like it. I think, listen, Miranda, I need to know the end of Pandora's story.
I was told to finish it tomorrow.
I think tomorrow might be too late. Finish it for me here, now. It's something about the box and that dress. I'm not sure, but I think the end of the story will tell us what we need to do next.
So Pandora now has this magnificent box, and she descended to the earth, and there amongst her own kind she was held in great awe because of all the gifts the gods and goddesses of Olympus had bestowed on her.
Which way is Earth?
Just down that way.
Thank you.
Wonderful, isn't she?
Perfection, I say.
Be careful with this one, Epimetheus. A little too perfect, I'd say.
Oh, you're just bitter and distressful, Prometheus. I mean, just because Zeus had a giant bird eat out your liver every day, doesn't mean he's out to get you. Does it? Hey there, Pandora.
And so it was that Epimetheus and Pandora were married. And built a house and lived together.
I think we should go here. See how we catch the sunlight?
It sparkled so. Where did you get something so beautiful?
A gift from Hermes himself.
A box from the Olympians? Let's open it.
No, I can't, Epimetheus. Hermes said not to.
Those gods up to their spirits. But Maybe we should hide it somewhere, out of the way, so we forget about it. I don't know about you, but when I see it, I want to open it.
To hide a gift from the gods will be disrespectful. But here, I'll move it right here, out of the way.
What's happened to your humans?
They're no longer making tools for farming, but spears for war. Here are arrowheads, and here death. My humans have been changed forever.
It is Zeus. Zeus has brought this evil upon us. This is no trick. He has gotten back at you, and them, your humans, for enjoying their world.
So now we must live forever in an unhappy world.
Not true. I saw something at the bottom of the box before those furies left it.
It is nothing. There is nothing left. There is nothing in there.
It is an astonishing thing, that story.
What? What's that?
The story. I didn't know it until I put on this dress.
You said it was an astonishing thing, yes?
Yes. What? What is it?
It's that word. I've heard it before. Astonishing. And the dress, yes, my father spoke those words to me. It was like a dream. It was just before he... No, he didn't die. He never found his body. He left. I'm sure of it. And he told me that word. He whispered it in my ear. The memory of it is coming back to me with your story. He said, you live in the valley of astonishing things. Don't ever forget that. However bleak the world may be, you live in the valley of astonishing things. Did the peddler give you anything else? I know why you're here. I didn't know it, but I've been waiting for you. I know where Pandora's box is.
Why is the box here? We've been to most settlements, but yours is farther away, more isolated. Like no one wanted anyone here. No one wanted anyone to find it. How do you know about it?
My father, he told me of it the night he left. Now I remember. Touching your dress, hearing your story made me remember. He was an old one, like Prospero, and held memories of the world. I don't know why he had to leave.
He left because we forced him to.
Forced him to leave. Why?
Because he wanted to open the box.
So, you forced him just for that? But the old ones, there were so few. He had memory of the world. We need that.
Do we? Don't you see? The box comes from the world. Everything else was just burned, destroyed. Books, papers, machines, everything.
We're at the foot of the disease. Don't you see?
The box holds something from the world. We don't know what, but it needs to be kept closed. That world owes us nothing, and we are best advised to forget it. Our old one wanted to open the box and couldn't be convinced otherwise, and so he was cast out.
Of all the settlements, we were the ones entrusted with keeping this box and keeping it closed. That is why we so far away from the rest of you. And it might have disease from the world. You might have all the evils of that world. I'm with them. You can't open the box.
Why didn't you destroy it then?
Believe me. Like Pandora's box, it too came from the gods, and as such, is indestructible. And like Pandora, they hid it, tried to forget about it. But you, Miranda, you are Pandora. Your curiosity won't let us forget. No matter how these people want to deny it, our gods are the past, the good and the bad. You can't just have the good. That's not human. The pain and suffering, as well as the pleasures, all memory and all thought.
Memory and thought, like the dresses made from the feathers of Odin's ravens. The other dress is in there, isn't it? I have the dress of memory, but memory is not enough. We need thought. We need to open the box.
Aren't you afraid?
Of what? Of what's in there? What can you hurt in what's in this world? A world of no memory and little thought.
But we're surviving. Isn't that enough? Just let it be, Miranda.
Survival is insufficient. There's a reason I have the key. I'll see if it fits.
Of course I will. Why wouldn't I?
Things that astonish. Flight. Books. Music. Getting a puppy from
However bleak the world may be, you live in the valley of astonishing things.
Thank you so much. What a It's always an overwhelming moment for me at the end of these shows because I realize that they've worked so hard, as you have probably as well these last weeks. And I just have some thanks that I want to make sure I get out to you. Again, the PTA, if you didn't make a contribution, you feel like it's worth it. Ms. Stanger has a box that can be filled to the brim, and we just handed over to the PTA so they can use it for what good things they can. The other thing is I'd like to thank BSEF, Berkeley School Excellence Projects, your tax dollars. It pays our salaries for this kind of project. By the way, there's a couple things, you know, in the tradition of theater. It's clear when people point here, it's in the band, but when they point up there, and you guys, you know, you can just show up those lights and come on down. The lighting booth, all them I just watched. They've been on Carol and Marie Monday. They're in my drama class. We realized we didn't have anybody to do the lighting board. Come on down and join us. On and off, no. It's very complicated. Also, we have some people that work backstage. Pia. She had to listen to me every day, which is worthy of more applause. A lot of the stuff was created by these guys, and it's, you know, we gave them words, but they brought it so much to life. So I have nothing but gratitude for them. I want to give special recognition to our 8th graders, who we won't see necessarily on this stage again. So if you're an 8th grader, please stand up. time moves on, as Zeus said, and we do have our 7th graders who will take the lead next year. 7th graders, please. Well, we will definitely miss you. You know, it's party time, right? And so here's the story. I want the cast, before we get all the greetings. What? Oh.
I don't know if there's money in it.
Thank you. Okay, thanks. So here's the story, because we have to take down this, because there's a wonderful 6th grade drama teacher who's running a production next Wednesday. So we have to get the stage ready for her and her group. Are any of you here from that group? No. They're probably studying their lines right now. And so what I'll take care of the set, but if you guys could make sure your costumes are hung up and props at least on one table, then I could do that, and you can enjoy the treats with these wonderful family members of yours in the Teacher's Lounge. By the way, that reminds me, I'm hoping, let's see, what's your mom's name? Janine, who will help, not help, she organized the entire party. I can't do it. Young Ben, individually, right? Would you introduce them?
So we got Emily over here.